everyone, this is Dollars and Cents Budgeting with Lisa. Today is Hump Day Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This video may be a little bit of a hot mess. The reason being is I do not have the correct denominations for what I need to add to each of my envelopes within my Hump Day Wednesday binder. So we're going to do a lot of kind of moving around denominations, and we may get to a point where I don't have the right ones, and so I may need to just put a note and say, kind of condense that offline. But hopefully, it'll all work out. I'm hoping so, but it'll just make it a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit more of a surprise to work through on my Hump Day Wednesday cash stuffing. So let's get started. I'm going to go all the way back to my number 7 here, and the reason being is I'm going to be finishing this one today, and in doing so it's going to help me work out some of my denomination situation here, I'm hoping. So this one is a savings challenge by MSO Budgets. It's for $325, and it's potentially all of it is going to go towards my travel fund. We are preparing and planning a large bucket list trip for next year, and so we need a lot of additional funds that we are kind of using to pay for airline tickets and passports, all those kinds of things that we might need for this trip. So it's $325. I would need 40 to complete this, and so I've got 100 here, so I'm gonna put 100, and I'm going to take out this 50 and this 10, and I'm going to put this here, and that's still going to leave me some issues with denominations, but we'll work those out as we go. So this one now should have $325. So it's 1, 2, 3, 25. That is a really good, I would say, savings challenge to be proud of to finish. And in all honesty, I think I'm going to just restart it again because it has some really good weekly kind of dollar amounts that you can work with. You can set it up the way you like. This again is by MSO's Budget on her Etsy page. I bought sometime last year, so she may have it still on her page. But I'm going to check off these last 4 icons. And like I said, I may just end up putting this back in and starting it all over again. But we'll see. But for today, we have finished $325 on this savings challenge for travel fund. So I am so excited about that. So let's go back to start with number 1 here. Like I said, we still may have issues with denominations, but we'll work through those the best we can. This one is a 52-week challenge, and this one is by Budget with Carly. I pre-rolled for the 2 and the 0 in 2026 for this one, I rolled a D6. And whatever it landed on, I was multiplying by 2. So I pre-rolled and I landed on a 5. And so I'm multiplying that. So this week we are finishing up the 0 in 2026 by adding $10. So we will add $10 here. And so now this one has 150, 200, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So $218 we have in the 2026 Savings Challenge by Budget with Carly. Now what I've done going forward is I'm going to be using this for part of my Christmas fund. And so I kind of wanted it to be at a certain amount by year end. And so I kind of looked at the amount of where I am and where I needed to be. And so instead of rolling every week for the last 26 here, I just pre-populated, so every week I'll be bringing $12 for this one for the remaining of the year. And when we finish up at year end, we should have over $500 on this one. So, you know your own budget and you know what you need, and you just make changes according to how you need to do your own savings challenges, so you can do them any way you want to do them. So that works for me right now. Savings challenge number 2. This is a new one. It's one I've had. I purchased it from Beezy's Things sometime last year, and I'm not sure if it's still on her page, but anyway, I had it, and I'm like, I'm just going to hold it until July. And so we are in July. This one is, each of these little icons, if you can see, is patriotic, and it says for the patriotic girlies. And she had made each one of these little icons $4. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to keep them at $4 each, but I'm going to multiply it by 2. So basically, I'm making each one of them $8. So we are starting this savings challenge off with $16. So we're going to do 10, 5, and a 1. So now this one has $16 to start it off. And we are going to mark off 2 of these little icons. So we are on our way with $16 to start savings challenge number 1. Here we have emergency fund, and this is by MSO's Budgets, and this one is also one that I've completed and have restarted. And so we are going to add, what are we going to add? Let's see, we're going to add $10. So I'm going to take these 2 20s and I'm going to add a 50. So 50, 70, and 90. So we have $10 that we are marking off. I'm going to do 5 and 10. So that is, again, will be $250 when we finish this savings challenge. And so savings challenge number 3, this one is a scratch off by Dying Outlaw Games and Budget. It actually came in part of her Ko-fi membership mail out monthlies. And so we scratched the 5 and the 1, and I'm multiplying the 5 and the 1. So that's $6 multiplying it by 2, so we're adding 12. And so let's see. We're going to do 10, 11, and 12. So 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. And let's see. I'm trying to work out some of my denominations here. Let's just keep rolling on. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 5s and a 10 here. I'm going to take this 20. And let's see how that works out. So, we need to scratch and see what we're going to be bringing next week. So let's scratch. So that's another 1, and that's a 3, and that's a 3. So if we multiply that, so 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14. Let's scratch one more. Yeah, 2. Okay, so now we have, so that's 2, that's 6, that's 6, and that's 4. So 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we'll be bringing $18 next week. We did add the money. Yeah, it did add the money. So we will be bringing 18 next week. I told you guys this video is probably going to be a little bit of a hot mess, as you can see, but that's okay. We're getting through it, and we're enjoying our little cash stuffing today on this Wednesday. Simply Living Saves is the next savings challenge. Each one of these shamrocks I made $5, so we're going to be adding $10 today. And so by doing so, we're going to color in two of these shamrocks. And so we'll add 10. So we're going to do I'm going to take this 10 here, and I'm going to put this 20. So 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have $40 in Simply Living Saves Savings Challenge number 4. And Savings Challenge number 5 This one is a new one. We scratched the 8. We're multiplying by 2. This one is by Dine Outlaw Games and Budget. And so we need to bring $16 to this one today. So we're doing 10, 5, and 16. So that's adding $16 to get this one started. And let's go ahead with this one again and scratch and see what we've got. So that's a 3. Let's scratch again. Woo! So that's a 9. And we are going to multiply the 9 by 2. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21. So we are going to be bringing $21 next week for this savings challenge. And savings challenge number 6, this one is by Funny Girl Amanda. And each one of these circles was going to be a roll and save, but I'm just making each one $5. And so we're going to be bringing in $10 today. And so we are going to do, I'm going to take that 20, no, that wasn't right. We're going to add $10 today. And then we're going to take this 10 and these 2 5s, and we'll take this 20. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 20, 40, 60. So we have $60 in savings challenge number 6. We've completed 7. So we have Dawn's Sunrise Budgeting. And this one is a scratch off. We scratched the 8 and the 2. We're multiplying by 2. So that's 10. So we're bringing $20 today. So 10, 15, and 20. Guys, I think we did pretty good here. Getting through our denominations. So let's count this up. The extra 1 here is because I had a note. Somehow or another, I either didn't add a dollar last time, or somehow or another I got $1 off. So this one is, again, 8, 9, 2 is 8 and a 2 is what we scratched off, which is 10. We multiplied it by 2, so that's 20. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, and 42. So we have $42 in this scratch off by Dawn's Sunrise Budgeting. So let's scratch and see what we are bringing next week. So that's a 7. I think I'll stop there. Well, thinking I want to, I think I'll stop there. 7 times 2 is 14. So we'll be bringing $14 next week to this savings challenge. So that's everything that I have for Hump Day Wednesday. Travel fund here, again, we completed one savings challenge for $325, and I am going to add that to my sinking funds binder for travel, which is right here. So going to add this in. All of that's going to go in there. And that's everything that I have, guys, for Hump Day Wednesday. Hope you have a great Wednesday. I hope if you've not done so already, hit that like button, the subscribe button, and leave me a comment. And Lord knows, I know you guys are like pulling your hair out. This was a hot mess of a video, but sometimes it works out that way. See you guys on Rockin' Out Friday.